Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we are looking at Minecraft 1.12 pre-release 1, which means the full release of 1.12 is getting closer and closer, and judging by the post on mojang.com, it looks like it might be at the end of the next week. This is the pre-release of this week. They plan on doing another one next week, and then any time after that is when they're going to release it. So it could be, you know, a week to 10 days and we have ourselves 1.12. That is of course speculation, but they're hinting that it'll be real soon. And so this update doesn't have too much to talk about, so it's going to be a quick update. Of course, I want to keep you in the know. One thing we do have to look at though is the advancements in this update. There have been a few more added. This one right here, Post-Mortal, use the Totem of Undying to cheat death. I really like the advancement system now because it's adding in a lot of things that you wouldn't normally do in the game, but now you've got a reason to if you want to unlock all of the advancements. As well as that, there's a couple in the Nether as well. I think there are 3 new ones. This one, Subspace Bubble. Use the Nether to travel 6,000 kilometers in the overworld. That's a great way to teach people that they can use the Nether for transport, as it's something that doesn't actually occur to new players sometimes. Uneasy Alliance over here, rescue a ghast from the Nether, bring it safely home to the overworld and then kill it. That's a really cool little challenge there, and to be honest I feel like these are quite bare at the moment and they could add tons and tons of challenges in there, so I'm hoping in the next update this will get really fleshed out, because it's kind of a bit minimal at the moment, although that's a matter of opinion I guess. There is another one over here which is a Furious Cocktail. Have every potion effect applied at the same time. That sounds like a real challenge and something I'm interested in. For sure. Of course, you'd have to go to an ocean monument to get the mining fatigue one, and there's probably some others in there that I haven't really thought about. So with this stuff comes a bunch of new conditions. Effects changed is one of those conditions. Use totem and also never travel. These conditions could be pretty useful for map makers. With those conditions though, they've also removed some as well. Commands and arbitrary player tick have been removed as advancement triggers. They have been replaced with something known as function, and this refers to files on the drive. So inside your world save folder there's a folder called data. That's where loot tables are stored. That's where your functions will be stored, and inside of that folder you can give it a name and then give your file a name as well. Now these functions have support for comments, which can be done with a hashtag or // so you can leave notes next to the code that you put in there, and it also comes with a new command as well, which is /function and file name. I don't have any, or even know how to use it, but there's the new command. With that also comes a new game rule, which I'm gonna guess is connected, game rule / game loop function. Except I don't really know what to do with that either, but these are things that have been added, and again this is for the map makers more than the regular players of course. And then last of all there's also a new hidden condition for advancements, so that seems pretty straightforward. They'll simply hide the advancements when you make them. And now onto the bug fixes. There's a few important ones here. The white sheep is now a lot whiter than it used to be. It used to just be a tad on the grey side. It was filled as a bug report and then it's been corrected, so it's now very bright and white. I'm placing down this concrete powder because previously this wouldn't have a random rotated texture. If we look at the top of sandstone you can see that it repeats over and over again, but other textures like grass or dirt for example, when you place them down they randomly rotate around, which gives them a nice sense of variation. So the concrete powder didn't do that before, and all we have to do is just move up here. You can see that this one now randomly rotates, and to be fair I think that's a decent improvement. Here's one that would have bugged many of you players, myself included. Very glad to hear this one is fixed. Can't really demonstrate the bug for you though, because A, it's fixed, and B, I'm doing this in creative mode. But on the last update of the game, if you tried to rename a stack of items, you might have ran into a problem. When you click over here, it'll only give you one item at a time, so you couldn't rename them all together. And the only solution I had for that was to go into game mode 1, rename the item, and then go back into game mode 0. That fortunately has now been fixed. We've got another 2 reported bug fixes here, which I am very dubious about because they are to do with animals that you can tame. The wolf, the ocelot and the parrot, both of these bugs apply to, and I'm going to say it again, I'm a bit dubious about this because we've always had issues with them. So if you've got a tamed wolf and it's sitting inside of a minecart, it would still occasionally teleport to you and randomness like that has supposedly been fixed. I'm holding my tongue on this one because I wouldn't be surprised if it goes wrong. And we've all seen it where they teleport to you and you're standing next to the lava and they teleport into the lava or something ridiculous like that. Says it's been fixed. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we still see some problems, but let's hope for the best on this one. Last of all, two things. I quickly want to reiterate this, just in case I didn't make it clear earlier on, that these files basically store commands and a function is the way to call those group of commands. So you can group them in a file and execute them using the functions command. The other thing is the 2x2 crafting grid. If you plan on playing this, there are reports that using the 2x2 crafting grid will crash the game, and that should be a lesson. Always make backups. Even when you're not upgrading, just make a backup from time to time. It will save you one day, that's for sure, especially if you're upgrading and you may run into issues. But that's going to be it from me this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like, and also later today I'll be streaming some Fullcraft on twitch.tv. You can find a link to my Twitch channel in the description box down below. That's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.